Okay guys, so today we talked about in class calculating median and mode, and we talked about how these are called measures of center, and they just summarize the data with one number. So I'm going to do a quick review about what median is, what mode is, and then I'm going to help you with one of the median questions on the homework and one of the mode questions. Okay, so quick review. Median is the middle number in a data set when it is arranged from least to greatest. So remember we talked about today, it's the very middle, but another important part of that definition is that the data set is arranged from least to greatest. So when you find the median, first thing that you're going to do, obviously, is order that data set from smallest to largest or from least to greatest. And then you're going to cross out the numbers on both ends until you're left with one or maybe two numbers in the very middle of the data set. Before you're finished, just circle that median so that we can easily see it when we start doing other statistical calculations. It'll be really important that that median is circled and ready to go. All right, so what happens if there's not just one number left in the middle? Sometimes there are two numbers left in the middle of a data set after we cross them all out. If there are two numbers left in the middle of the data set, we have to add those numbers together and then divide them by 2. Really, we're just finding the average or the very middle number between those two. So again, if there's 2 left in the middle, we just add those 2 numbers and then divide by 2. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to help you with is the first median question on the homework. So it's actually question number 1. And question number 1 says find the median, and it gives you this data set. So the very first thing that we need to do is to order this data set from least to greatest. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to work on that. Okay, so here is the ordered data set from least to greatest. We have 8, 9, 10, 14, and then finally 21. So now that we have our data set in order from least to greatest, what we're going to do is we're going to cross off the ends until we have 1 or 2 numbers left in the middle. Okay, so the first 2 numbers that we're going to cross off are on the very ends, and that's 8 and 21. Then we're going to cross off 9 and 14. And now we're left with one central number, one number that's in the very middle. So I'm going to put a circle around that. That means that 10 is our median. Okay. All right. Now, the next topic that we talked about in class today was mode. So, what is mode? Mode is the number that appears the most in a data set. We talked about, you can remember that because mode starts with an MO, and then so does the word most, okay? The one that appears the most. So, there can be one mode or more modes in a data set, or if all of the numbers appear the exact same amount of times, then there's no mode at all, okay? So, the mode questions on your homework are a little bit further down. So we're going to skip to homework question number 10, and it gives you this this dot plot, and the question says, the dot plot below shows the number of concerts that students in Miss Johnson's class have attended. What is the mode shown in the dot plot? So if we look at this dot plot, we are looking for the one that occurs the most, the data point that occurs the most. If we were going to write out this data set instead of just looking at it in a dot plot, we would have a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so that means there's 6 students that attended 0 concerts altogether. Okay, so then we would have a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There were 7 students that attended 1 concert. Then we would have 6 2s. We would have 4 3s, a 4, 3 5s, and 2 6s. So the number that appears the most is the one that has the tallest amount of dots. It's the one that has the most. So that would be 1. Okay. Most students attended 1 concert. Therefore, that is the mode of the data set. Sometimes we get that confused with who attended the most concerts, and that was 6, but that's not the mode. Okay, only 2 people attended 6 concerts. The one that appears the most in the dot plot is the one with the highest bar. Okay, you all have another question like this one. I think is actually number 11. So you're not looking for the one that the most value, but you're looking for the one with the most dots. Okay, alrighty. So finish up that homework, and I'll see you tomorrow.